So, good morning. Welcome to Downers Grove Public Library. My name is Trisha. I am a supervisor in the circulation department downstairs, but I started out at the library here at the computer help desk, so I come up and do classes every now and then. And today, this is my favorite catchphrase. It's going to be a brief overview. I love that. A brief overview of things to do at DGPL or Downers Grove Public Library. And I say brief because if you ever go onto our website, you'll see that there's several tabs, and each tab has several drop downs. There's a lot of information there. But we're just going to go over the Using the Library tab that's here, and also the Attend Events tab that's here. And there is a handout there for you if you want to follow along, but I'm going to try to go through each tab and each drop down just briefly to give you an idea of some of the things that you can do here in the library, things that you can do, activities or things you can get from the library to do elsewhere, and also virtual things that you can do at our library. So I'm going to get started. Well, first of all, just in case you're joining us from at home, you would log into dglibrary.org to get to our home page, and that's what it looks like. And it has lots of information and links right here on the home page. And one thing I want to point out first is this little thing down here, the chat with us. Anything that I'm going over here, we offer a chat service. So if you're on our webpage and you're not sure about something, or you want to try to get some information, you can click on this chat with us, and you'd be able to chat with someone. We do get kind of busy here, especially during the summertime with summer reading program going on. So if you're not answered immediately, give it a little while and someone will get to you. But that's one way that you can contact us if you don't want to try to call or wait for an email response. All right, so let's start with Using the Library. All right, updates. And that's just what it is. It's sort of like an information page. This was really popular when we going through the very first stages of the COVID, when people wanted to know, is the library open, is it closed, you need to wear, a mask, what's the policy now? So there are announcements and news, and then updates and more information. And then you can click here to get to previous updates. You see there's only a few things here, but if you click on this link, there'll be more updates. And that's a lot of times you can find out that sort of information that's not really related to like library programs, but basically like our policies, our openings, our closings, and things like that. And then, let's go back up here to updates. There are frequently asked questions. Sometimes there's more than this, they update this too. There's only a few questions here, but as people start to ask about more questions, they'll add them to this list. So if you're thinking of something, for instance, again, when we were closed to the public and then we kind of had a partial opening, people wanted to know, well, when can we do in-person programs? Are you offering programs at all? Are they all virtual? How do we know about this thing? Yes?
I missed the frequently asked questions. Where do you access those?
So we started up here at the Using the Library, and it's under the updates.
Updates.
And then I scroll down a little bit here, and there they are.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's on that page.
All right, thank you.
No problem. And again, I want to point out the chat with us. So if you had some questions about something on this page and you type it in, and I think these questions initially kind of go to our Ask Us desk that's there. And if they see it's a question about maybe circulation or a kids room, then they'll contact us and forward us the information, and we get back to you if we can't answer it right away. All right, let's see what our next link is. Get a card. Okay, so people call all the time and say, I want to get a library card, what do I need? And right here is the criteria for getting a Downers Grove resident full-use library card. The first one is a driver's license or a state ID, and then current utility bill. These are proof of residency. So not all of these, you would have at least one of these. And what we do is we check to see if you are a Downers Grove patient when you live inside incorporated Downers Grove. And if your address is in incorporated Downers Grove, then we just issue you a card right then, no charge. If you're outside of the Downers, like you're not incorporated into Downers Grove, then it would be a fee card. And that right now it's $282 a year, but that's for everybody in the household. And on this page, if you see this little, anything that's in blue usually is a link. Also offer digital cards. If you click here, it'll ask you questions, and you can see the SWAN policy about getting a digital card. Now, a digital card is only good for, and listed right here, online resources such as ebooks, e-audio books, our online databases. You will not be able to use this digital card to come into the library and check out physical materials. It lasts for 90 days or 3 months, and then after that it will just automatically expire. We would try to change it to a full use card by using the information you used and then mailing you that card to kind of confirm your address. But if you don't qualify for a full use, this one will just expire. Let's go back. So we also offer business cards. So here we go. Businesses, just for instance, Well Street Popcorn want a card because their staff want to check out books about popcorn flavors or something like that. So you can apply for a business card based on your business address being in Downers Grove. And it lists right here that you would need to submit the online application. You click it here, you fill it out, and you can add up to, sorry, it won't show you, add up to 4 employees. So that'll be the owner plus 4 employees. And then you'd have a business card, and they would all, it will say Well Street Popcorn and then, Tom Smith or, Jane Doe. And you'd have a business card, so your employees would be able to check out materials using the business card here at the library.
And the employees would not have to be residents of Downers Grove?
No, because it's based on that business. So, Giordano's over here. I'm trying to think who do I know that's close by that has one.
Is there a fee for that card, or?
No, because it's considered the business is considered a resident of Downers Grove. So,
okay.
yeah, it's just a limit to the number of people. You only get 5 cards. So the person who fills out the application, and then they can add 4 employees.
Okay.
Schools do it a lot because the teachers want to check out books, but maybe the teacher teaches here at Henry Puffer or whatever, but they may live in LaGrange or somewhere else that's not within Downers Grove. So now they can check out books for their business based on the business being in Downers Grove.
Now, would something like the school get more than 5?
No.
Because there's more than 5 teachers.
Yes, that's the limit right now for us on the business.
Okay. I thought there might be some way of
expand. And I don't, we may take it case by case basis, but so far we've not had anybody that's requested. Not even the schools. Usually, because the schools usually is the librarian. She'll ask for books, and maybe she's distributing to the teachers. But right now we've not had anyone request more than that.
Do you do ILL with the schools, or?
That is a different tab, but yes, we do. We have a department here that's Interlibrary Loans, and there are schools that are not, all schools, and she can request items from there to be, our patrons can get them. She'll request it from the school, and it'll go through her. So it won't go through the regular circulation department. It goes through our Interlibrary Loan department.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right.
Good questions. All right. So I think that is it about getting a card. And once you get a card, one of the things we love for people to know is that you can manage your card online. A lot of people will call and say, "Can you tell me what I have checked out? What I have on hold?" You can actually view all of that with your own card online. And I think so. You would put in your card number.
It's not coming.
Oh, it's not. I don't have
Yeah,
numbers.
hit number, yeah.
And then your PIN. And then and there's my account. So I can see what I have physical materials checked out, what materials I have checked out, and if I have anything overdue. Oh look, I'm so happy to see that. I have nothing overdue. I have 3 items on hold that I'm waiting for. Nothing ready for pickup yet. So people put things on hold. Is my item there yet? You can check everything right here on your account. I'm going to leave my account up because we're going to do some other things in there. But that is getting a library card. So we have the option of getting just a regular resident full use card, a digital card, and also a business card. All right, let's see what we have next. Holds and borrowing materials. Okay. All right, so anything that's in our catalog or any items that you see, you can actually place a hold on it. And because we're a member of SWAN, it doesn't just apply to the things that are at the Downers Grove Library. Any SWAN library you can see something in another library, request that item, and it can be delivered to you. You can place holds on your own, going through your account. Like if I wanted to do that, I could look up an item. One of my favorite kids books, Bear Snores On. And if you see, it'll show you the status of the item. And so if it looks like they're checked out, you can view all of them. But here is the button to place the hold. So I'm in my account, and I just type in the title of an item. I see what it is. I see it's the book. Maybe I want the audio CD and the book, and then you just place a hold. And then there are two ways to pick up a hold. We have a hold shelf inside the library next to our circulation desk, but we also have lockers outside now. So you have 24/7 access to them. If for some reason, like when we first opened up after, being closed for COVID, some people still were not comfortable coming into the library. We were doing curbside delivery, and then we thought, well, let's get to the point now, well, maybe we should have another option. And that's why we incorporated the hold lockers. And there's also a video right here on how to use the hold lockers. We're not going to watch that today. But if you wanted to pick up an item, let's say I'm going to place a hold on this book right here. I want to pick this up and if you click this little drop down right there, the Downers Grove Public Library locker. And if you see, there's probably some other libraries that have those options too. Some of them have a drive-up window to try to incorporate people not really wanting to just come back into the library. Or if you're having trouble getting to the library during the hours that we're open, and that frequently happens, you can choose to have your items picked up from the locker. I'm not going to put that on hold.
Some items, so we can't put it.
So, right. So, anything Emporium items, a lot of those items are really big and they're expensive. So, like the VCR to DVD converter, obviously that wouldn't fit inside the locker. So, there are some limitations. And for those items, you should probably just call and find out, is this possible for me to put this in the locker? Sometimes, if it's a small item, it can fit, but we have puzzles, we have games and things that are just even though we have oversized lockers, not all of them are big enough to incorporate. And some things, I'm not sure for you guys, like your IT items, like
we don't want them in lockers.
We have, what's it called, the Wi-Fi?
Yes. We have.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to put that in there. The expensive, like, soundproof headphones and things like that, we don't want to
because of weather.
Yes, that too. That was one of the things we were concerned about, whether or not once it got really, really cold, because we got them actually a year ago in June, and we were concerned that maybe some things would happen to, like, if they were out there in the lockers, it was really cold, the temperature dropped, would it, impact the quality of the item.
Yeah.
So, regular, books, videos, even our games, the little, Xbox games, the games themselves, not the game consoles, but the games. Any of those things can be picked up at the locker if you don't want to come inside. And let's see. Borrowing and fines. Okay, so we are currently fine free, but not every library is. So when you're placing items on hold, that's one thing to consider. If you're late with our items, we're fine free unless you keep it out more than 14 days past the due date. Then you get charges at being lost, which is different from a fine. That's a fee. But once you bring it back, then that goes off. But you can also pay fines online, as you saw on. Go back to my account so you can see. I didn't have any fines. I didn't have any fines, so I can't show you. But I didn't have any fines on my account. But if you did, you can pay your fines online. You don't have to come in to the library to pay a fine if you have one. If you want to pay it that way. And here, there's a link to how to pay the fines online and what it means to be fine-free, which will probably explain that fine-free doesn't mean that there won't be fees at time, because there will be fees if they're kept out, if you lose an item or you damage the item. It's just that we're not charging fines for something being 2 days overdue. Like you used to get that 25 cents a day. That no longer apply for us, so we're fine-free now. And
Why is that? Why have they dropped the fines? I'm curious.
well, I think, and I don't know if it started with COVID again, it was really hard for people to get things to the library and get them back when the library wasn't open for the regular hours. Even though we had book drops, a lot of people didn't even know that the book drops were still open. They thought they just had to hold on to all of their stuff until the library opened up again for business. And we didn't want to penalize people for, that. So we figured fine-free would be a good thing to do to help our patrons out. But like I said, not every library has incorporated that, so be sure to check, especially if you put things on hold. You may get something from another library, so you have 3 things that are Downers Grove and then 2 things that are someone else. You may still get fines for that other library's items. We can't direct them on how to handle their fines. So.
Okay, thank you.
And this is what you were asking about, the interlibrary loan. We do have the interlibrary loan system, and this is a view of the maps that are all of the libraries that are in the SWAN system. But you see the white areas are not. But this is a lot. So a lot of times the interlibrary loan department here will get things from like hospital libraries or college libraries that we may not have on our shelf, and sometimes they may not even be, maybe able to get them in print again. So this may be like sometimes older books. So you can request, you can contact our interlibrary loan department and say, I'm trying to find this item, and they'll see if they can find it for us, find it for you, get it, and it'll be a different checkout from the ones like just checking things out regularly through our library, but you use the interlibrary loan department, so that is
I
a
thought
possibility.
Morton Arboretum was part of Interlibrary Loan.
They are actually,
Cause
Or
I
just
went
They
there
are
and
part
they
of
said that, if you have a Downers Grove card, you can,
Yes.
so they are on here, let me see if I can,
so would.
they
I
are,
see it
they
up
are
there,
part of
but it's in
SWAN.
white, it's not in brown.
Here we go, where
They're
is it?
part of SWAN.
But they are part of SWAN. They're actually in the system. It wouldn't have to be an interlibrary loan with Morton Arboretum. They're actually part of our SWAN system, so it would just be a regular.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why this isn't.
I just noticed that it's not,
Right.
that it's white, so.
That is interesting. Not sure why that is, but they are a part of our.
Okay.
And this is also where if you wanted to suggest a purchase for our collection, sometimes people will say, why don't you have this in your, in the library? This is a really great book. You can come to this page here and you can click, and there it is here. Purchase request form, and you fill it out and submit it, and someone will get back to you. Not guaranteed that what you're suggesting will be added to the collection, but you can request it from here. All right, so let's see, where will we find hours and contact. This is just an overview of the major departments here and the contact email, our regular hours of operation, and then the closings for that year. That's all on that page too. And let's see. Book clubs, okay. This also became really popular during COVID, where people were just, wanting to get book club going but not meeting the library to do it. There's 3 ways that you can sort of be involved in the book club. One is the librarian assisted holds, and you can open up this form and then you can just fill it out, requesting the book that you want, the number of copies and how you want it. If you're gonna have you want to say, hey guys, I like this new book by, Colleen Hoover, let's do a book club with it. And you can have the librarian assist you in getting the books you need for that book club. In addition, you can just do it yourself. Now I see this all the time. You can you and say 4 friends, okay, I'll place a hold on all the copies. You just place the holds on the books you want, and you can't, people think that they can't, request more than one of the same item, the same type, well, you can. If some people do it, husband and wife, the wife will put on hold 2 copies of the same book, one for her, one for her husband. Or you can do that for a book club too. And then we have book club bags. These are, and I think Laurel, who does our Interlibrary Loan, is also in charge of these book club bags. They're the library canvas bags already put together with, I think, 10 copies of the title. There's also a little folder in there that has about the author and discussion questions and activities to do in the book club. So if you wanted to reserve one of our already put together book clubs, you would do it right here. Fill out this form, and so this is a list of all of the titles that we have. We have a room in the circulation department that is one wall, floor to ceiling, of book club bags already put together. So you would just, and there's a very long list, as you can see. So we have, those were fiction, I think there's nonfiction, and then alternate fiction. So there's a lot already. So if you don't want to do the work of like trying to figure out what to read, you can just come here and pick one that we've already put together and do your book club. So that's the 3 ways. You can get the librarian to assist you with one if you don't see it here. You can just check the books out on your own, or you can get one of our book club bags that's already put together. Nice. So that's book clubs. Let's see. Book a room. I actually did this. All right. So we have what we call study rooms here, and we also have 2 conference rooms that you can book. Now, reserving them ahead of time is only for Downers Grove patrons with valid library card. However, if you don't have a Downers Grove library card, you can drop in and try to get one, on the spot. But to reserve one online, and you'll see, click here to book a room. You have to have a card. So you would choose the date. Let's just say today's date. And it shows you the room. So 1, 2, and 3 is not listed here because those are the 3 that are downstairs in the kids' room. These are the adult rooms that are upstairs. Anything that's black means those are already reserved for that time. So today, after this class, I want to book a room. Let's see. And it says must be booked for at least 30 minutes. And I think each one of these blocks is just 15. So we're going to go to 2 o'clock. So 1 to 2:15. And then I would choose. And then it asks for my library card. Oh, 0, 0. And now I can fill out my information. I'll request the room, and then you'll get a confirmation email with that also has a link to where you can manage this. Like if you change your mind and you want to cancel it, you can do that. But you see, I had to put my library card number in first. So like I said, this is reserving ahead of time is only for Downers Grove library card holders. If you don't hold a Downers Grove library card, you can still come in and try to get one real time.
Can this be done on the phone? I mean, can people call up?
Oh yes, we do it all the time. So
someone who will reserve for them.
Someone called today and said they wanted to reserve a study room. I asked them, do they prefer the kids' room or upstairs, because sometimes they reserve room to do tutoring. And so she said upstairs. I transferred up, and then ATS, our adult and teen services, that's what helped them reserve room. And there's also conference rooms. So there's conference room A and conference room B, and you probably see them. They're a lot larger for like meetings and things like that, and you can also reserve that. Oh, and our media lab, I'm not sure, is it back available for, okay, so the media lab is, you would actually call and ask to speak to someone at the computer help desk, because we have a computer lab that has sort of like if you want to record a video or you want to record a podcast or something like that, or if you're recording yourself, you're going to make a CD. And there's also equipment that you can use, and there's a list. And there's staff at the computer help desk that can help you to some degree with using the equipment that's available. but they're not experts on it, so we expect that you have some type of knowledge of it before, or if you need extra help, you would probably have to ask them for maybe a one-on-one session.
We do have a media specialist, Ed, and Ed could make an appointment with Ed and he would help you. But also, the meeting rooms, you have to go through, when we go back, you have to go through Caitlin to get those. You have to pay for that.
So, the conference rooms upstairs she's right, sorry about that, you can reserve them, but the meeting room, so we have 2 meeting rooms downstairs on the first floor, there's a north and south side, and you do have to pay for those. There's a fee to use those meeting rooms, and our administrative manager handles that, and she's right, it's Caitlin. So if you just called up and said you wanted to use a meeting room, we transfer you to her, and she would help you reserve a meeting room. Sometimes we have different groups, but they have concerts down there sometimes on Sundays, and they have to pay for that meeting. Oh, book an expert. All right. So, we have this service available. It's sort of like one-on-one tutoring. We offer classes on certain things, like you may see an Excel class coming up, but maybe you feel like you need a little bit more one-on-one, or maybe you need help. You just got a new phone and you're having trouble setting it up. So if you can book an expert, someone that's in the computer help desk department, the IT department, will try to help you. And to do that, you would come to this page, book an expert, and you would fill it out and describe what kind of assistance you're looking for, and then you submit the form, and they review it, and then one of the staff members who feels that they're able to help you will give you a call and set up a time to meet with you and help you with whatever your issue is. So we have people that maybe they just got a new digital camera, they're not sure how to use it, or even as simple as like just setting up Gmail. Like if you're really new to technology, you're not sure how to do that, you can book an expert to help you with that.
What's the turnaround time from the time you fill that out to when you have a meeting?
About how long does it take?
Well, it's just, you can do it for technology, you can also do it for genealogy. It depends on when they get it, they have to find someone and they'll call you back up, and then you negotiate with the person who's gonna train you. So you'll have to, say, this is when I'm available, and then, they'll call you right away. And then if you wanna come in, it's when the person's available,
So usually they get back to you about your request.
They get back to you right away.
Right away, but then you have to coordinate with them, with their schedule and your schedule, what's the best time. So they may or may not be able to help you like the next day, or it may be, I'm not available until next week, or I need to get this done by the end of the year. It just depends, but they usually get back to you within 24 hours. I mean, it's not a turnaround time for that. It's just coordinating the time to actually meet up.
And if we can't do it, they'll tell you, like, this is, I don't know about the AT&S stuff, but if, like, we can't, we've had people say, I need someone to create my website. We can't do that, things like that. So we can help you create your website, but we're not gonna create it for you, things like that we can't do.
And there are limitations. I think sometimes people, they have government forms on, applicants that they want you to, and there's some things that we cannot, assist you with, it's privacy issues and things like that, and things that you're supposed to, job applications online, we can help you get to the site and things like that, but there are some limitations, but you would spell that out and they would spell it out for you when they talk to you, when they call you back. So. Let's see. I think that is it for the using the library tab. Now we'll go on to the events tab. And let's just click on the first one. So this is our event calendar, and there's 2 ways to view it. This is the list view, and then if you click here, you can see the calendar view. And there's today. Notice that they have numbers down here in different colors, because up here you can actually filter. You can filter by age group or event type. And that's where those colors come in. So if you just say, I just want a virtual program, show you that, or if you say you're looking for only in-person or arts and crafts. So you can filter or you can see everything. And I like to do the list view. And over here is the date range. So it's today we're doing from the 28th through the 30th. And let's see, I want to get to this part in just a second because let's talk about registering. Okay, so let's look at this page. This is good right here because they have some examples. This one is today. Oh, it's my class. And look, you couldn't register now because it says the registration is now closed. The next one, the registration is open. So if you click here, fill out all of the information and you register. And just like with the other ones, what you'll get is you'll get a confirmation on the page and then you'll get a confirmation email. That'll tell you this is your confirmation number, use this number to manage it. If you for some reason need to cancel or you want to ask questions about it, you can say, I registered for that. And so you just put in all your information, your library card, and that. I want to see if there's some, because sometimes I'm going to go to August. So you'll be aware of the type of symbols you may see. Let's do August 31st. All right. So some of them, it'll give you a description right here of the event type. Like this, let's look at this one. This one is a kindergarten or kids program. It's a drop-in and it's for the community. So that means anybody. But it'll tell you where it's going to be, the age group, the time, all those things, and if you can register. And if you need to register here we go. So this one has a wait list. So pay attention to like the little buttons down here. So if registration is required, and it says that right there, then you have to, this one, maybe the registration is already full, and you join the wait list. That way, if someone does call and cancel, they can push you up onto the registration. Some of them say your registration is closed. But I always check if it says registration required, I always check to see what the message is here. I can register, or it may say registration is closed, like mine said, or you may have to join a wait list.
If registration is closed, and a person comes out anyhow, and there's empty seats, because there are usually people that don't show up and stuff, will they be allowed to sit, or?
So I would say for me, like for this class, I would have said yes, because the reason we want registration ahead of time is to ensure that we have enough spots and enough equipment for everyone. Well, it's just you. If 3 people came in and said they wanted to join, I think I would be able to do that. I'm not sure though if I've never had that happen. This is actually like maybe the second in-person one I've done. The first one was pre-COVID. So is there guidelines or restrictions on that, Annie?
We don't.
I mean,
We don't care, but the junior room probably does. So our classes, we don't care. I don't think ask us if we have enough materials and we have enough seats, fine.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care.
yeah, I've come to some that were technically filled, but when I got here, there were 2 empty seats or something.
We don't, IT doesn't care, but I think the kids room probably does. So if it's a children's program, probably not. But for an adult program, I don't see any problem with that.
Okay.
And usually if it is closed, just because of Communico, you can call up the library and say, I can't reserve a spot. It says it's closed, it's, because it closed, virtual classes are closed 24 hours before because you have to get a link. But the other classes are closed an hour before. So you just call up and say, I'd like to get into some class. Even if there's a wait list, you may want to call up and see. Like, I didn't know there was a wait list for the word intermediate. It's wonderful. So I might ask Sue if she would open up more spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So with COVID, it's sort of iffy because we like to have space between people. So we used to take 12 people, but some instructors say, yeah, I'll take 12. So like we're having what is it called? We're having 2 classes by Bruce Montez, who is a university instructor, and he said, yeah, I'll take full 12, and I was surprised, but he said he would, so that's great. Hopefully we'll get 12, so.
What class is that?
AI, which I know what that is, but
Artificial intelligence. Is
Artificial
that what that
intelligence,
is?
I know
Oh,
AI.
wow.
Artificial intelligence, and then the other one is navigating social media. We also have
What is it again?
navigating social media.
Oh.
So we do have a navigating social media that our Andrew Cook did, but his is gonna be different. It's gonna be something else. But he decided he liked that title, so I said, okay, take it. So,
When is that gonna be?
actually, one is gonna be in September, one is gonna be in October, and it's on the website. Can you find it for us?
I'm gonna look for it now.
Yes, you can find it for us.
Oh boy!
Because it's in
Practical
September.
application.
Oh gosh, you said it's in September?
Yeah,
Alright.
and it's AI,
It's a technology?
yeah, technology.
Let's see. In-person, Facebook basis, oh, is this
It'll be up for a few.
Oh, navigating, in-person navigating social media.
So that's the one.
September 21st, and registration is still open for that.
Yes. And then I just put it up, and the other one is in October.
Okay.
Okay.
So, see, and that's one way too, you can go in here and you can manipulate the dates to see what's coming up. And let's see. There it is, in-person artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And registration is still open for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, there's a lot of information on this event thing. One of the things I like is that you can, if you're just interested in kids programs, you can filter by that. Or if you're just interested in a certain type of program, you can filter by that. And then I'm gonna clear the filter and go back, and that should be everything. Just make sure that you have the date that you want. So go back to today. And so there we are. You can register, and once you register for the class or you get your information in there, you'll get an email confirmation, and it'll tell you what time you are, and there's a link that says you can manage your reservation at this link, or you can just call and say, I registered, I can't make it, can you cancel, or can you put me on the wait list, things like that. But you can see everything that's going on here and register for it if it's required. Let's go. Let's see. So we did the events calendar. Hold on. Let's see. I want to do virtual program. Sorry. Virtual programs. Here we go. All right. So we do, because of when COVID hit, we started offering more virtual programs, on-demand programs and things like that, because people weren't coming into the library. So we have an actual link here to what virtual programs we have, and there's right here you can scroll and see the online programs that are coming, and there's the registration button. You can register right here. And I registered for a program that was a Zoom program, and I got a confirmation email that had the Zoom link and all the information in there. So just like when you register for the other ones, you'll get an email confirmation, and in that email you'll find all the information you need. So if you're still not comfortable coming into the library, or you just see something that's a virtual program that you want to participate in, you can do that. Here is a link to newly added programs for adults and teens, and then programs on demand. So when you're watching these programs, these are usually ones that have been pre-recorded, and so you can watch them, but you won't be participating. You won't be able to ask questions with the presenter. It's just like viewing it. But there's lots of options and lots of topics for virtual programs, either online or on demand or via Zoom or something like that. And then there's a kids program section as well.
Are you doing any hybrid programs? I got confused on this class. I had to call up.
Well,
because it said
you
hybrid.
were the one, okay.
And
well, they
the
told
thing is,
me,
I've gone
because
to
this
some of
is
those
being,
at
this is
other
being
places.
taped.
What?
This is being taped, so it is hybrid.
Oh,
We don't have live streaming, so we don't have the technology for that, but this is being taped. A lot of our in-person classes aren't taped. So we're trying to tape some classes like, Tricia did a Zoom class and there were not that many people who came, but when we put it on our YouTube channel, we got 50 hits. So obviously people are interested in that. So if we don't have a class that's already up here on the YouTube channel, we're trying to tape it. So her class is taped. So it's sort of hybrid because we're taping it. A lot of our in-person classes, like the instructor, like Bruce, does not want to be taped, so.
All right, well, thank you, Joanne, for taking this virtual.
So I just clicked on one of our virtual links. I just clicked on mastering, phone, video interview, and it
And then some of these classes,
All
I would
right,
go
well,
up on
thank you,
YouTube.
what?
I would go up on the YouTube channel because there's gonna be some classes that aren't gonna be listed. So we have a library YouTube channel, and if you,
Do you have a link for that at the library site, the link to the YouTube channel?
I don't know,
so
That might be something that,
yeah, but they have that, all those links go to our YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel, if you search for it, is, they changed the name, it used to be DGPL News, but now it's Downers Grove Public Library, and that's all you have to do. And then they have all the videos up there.
okay,
But I'll send you, yeah, right there, click on it. And you click on videos and they have all the videos.
okay.
Yeah.
Good
But
enough.
some of them are not gonna be, anybody can take, you don't need a library card, you don't need anything. But I would go here first because I don't know how often the website is updated. So, like we just did a LinkedIn class,
there's
it was
mine.
very good.
Look, that's me.
And she got a lot, I don't know if that's one that you got all the hits on, but I forget which one it was, like, it's like, oh my god. And then the LinkedIn,
Is this the one
Omar
that
just did a LinkedIn class.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
artificial intelligence, that was the first class that Bruce did, and Bruce allowed us to tape it. It was a Zoom class, but he doesn't allow us to tape them anymore, so,
Oh, right.
which is fine. So it's gonna be in person, so if you don't come,
So all I did was, let's go back here. So from the virtual programs page, I just clicked on one of these, one of the workshops, and then when I did, it opened up here, and I'm gonna pause that, okay, pause it, and then I just clicked
All
here,
right, well,
and it brought up all of our YouTube page, and from there you can scroll and find, you know,
yeah, and if
and
you
you
wanna,
can search within here.
yeah, if you click on videos, it'll give you all the videos. But I think most of it's video, so.
Very nice. Okay.
And if you find, like, if you take a thing and we say, look at your student guide, you need a student guide, just call us up and we'll have one waiting for you, because we have them. So, if you ever want a student guide, you can get one,
Let's do an evening with. Now, unfortunately, I don't see anything upcoming, so I'm assuming that these have already taken place, but sometimes we'll have special guest speakers from different genres that do, not in person, I think these are all like a on demand or a Zoom court, like everyone thought this gentleman was coming, I think he's from Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Recreation.
And they were so disappointed to find that it was, it was a online program. He wasn't actually here meeting. So be sure when you say an evening with, when you go to this page, you conclude, make sure you ensure that it's either in person or you're going to be actually like watching, the person on a Zoom meeting or something like that. But we have different. This one's a musician. This is an author, and this one is a chef. But so if you're wondering if we're gonna have any special visitors or presenters, an evening with is a good place to come. You can see if there's anyone who you would like to hear or watch or discuss a book with. It might be on this page. Evening with, very nice. And summer reading club. Now, even though Summer Reading Club is almost over. It goes from May 22nd to August 7th. I just wanted to show this page because it's not just for the children. We also do adults and teens. And you don't have to, you know, back in the day you always had to fill out this long form and put all your books on there. But we also have a website where you can do it electronically, and it's called Read Squared. And I registered last year for the adult program, and I read so many books, and I won a prize. I was so excited, yeah. It was really cool. I was like, okay, so it's fun, and you know, you don't have to do a lot. There's more, of course, for the kids programs. They have all these programs that are in-house and scavenger hunts around, you know, downtown Downers Grove. But you know, you can decide to what degree you want to participate, or if you want to participate at all. But that's just an idea of one of the programs. Let's see. Get me back to Downers Grove. So that is under Summer Reading Club program in there. And here it shows for the kids, teens, and adults. And then this was the scavenger hunt that they had at the very beginning. I'm not sure if it's still going down, but the kids win prizes, the teens and adults win prizes too, you know, at certain levels of participation. But if that's something you're interested in, or you have someone in your family, or you know that might need something to do during the summer, there's so many programs going on, especially for the kids, that it'll keep them busy for the entire summer. They love it. It's our patronage increases tenfold in the summertime once a summer reading club program hits. So this is just an idea of one of the things that you can do here for your kids during the summertime. And I think that covers everything that I wanted to share about things to do at the library. I just think that we offer so much at Downers Grove Public Library, and sometimes people aren't aware. When you go to a website and you see a bunch of links, but you don't know what they really mean or what they go to. So I thought that if we covered some of them, that you know, maybe you didn't know we had lockers that you could use, or that you could get a book club bag already created for you. So, and if you have questions and you don't want to call, or you call, you can also again send a chat and say, hey, I'd like to get a book club bag. How do I do that? And someone will answer your chat and help you out. So that's always available.
Is there any kind of link up there about the writer's workshop?
Is that a program that's?
Yeah, they
So
have
let's
it
go
here at
to
the library, yeah,
Let's go to the events
I think
calendar.
it's
Twice a
on
month.
Mondays.
on Mondays.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm just gonna pull up.
I was just curious if they have a separate, because that's kind of like a club that
They have it on here, yeah.
it's on there.
Yeah. I know it's,
Oh, right. So will it be August 1st? Will be the next one?
it's on Mondays, so.
Person. Did I?
Second and fourth Monday of the month.
Second. There it is.
Okay.
And
But they don't have a separate segment or anything like that for,
No.
like they do for the reading program.
Well, the reading program is because people have to sign up for it. You know, you have to log your books to win a prize. So you get prizes. This one you don't get any prizes for, but it's there because it's a sponsored program. Also, you'll see that, let's see if one.
so I just clicked on the. I just clicked on the.
Yeah, you don't need to
title.
register for
and
that
it does
either,
it.
it's a drop-in,
Okay,
so,
Type
and you could add it, if you have a Gmail, you can add it to your calendar, I think.
and see meeting room north. So that's gonna be downstairs.
Uh-huh.
And then you can visit Downers Grove. Let's see what it says if you click this link.
So they do have a little.
oh, they do have a thing, okay,
Mhm.
yeah,
They have information about it, so that's.
yeah, that's good. Okay.
All writers welcome. All right. Okay, they do have a little bit of information there that you can
Yes,
look
they
through.
do.
And then they have someone else, a contact here for that, so, yeah, great. Are you a writer? Are you gonna attend?
I used to a long time ago, yeah.
I've never done one of those. My daughter writes, and maybe I should encourage her to come and do that.
Mhm.
Do you have any
Yeah,
other
they're
questions?
very good. It was very good when I was there. I can't assume that it's changed that much. They have a real good format, the way they handle things.
Well, I've attended programs here before I worked here, and I was really pleased with how they went, and so I'm glad to be able to be a part of it now on the other side, hopefully helping someone else attend the program and find some information that will be helpful for them, or maybe just entertaining and fun. So I have to say, I started crochet, and so maybe there'll be a crochet. Maybe I'll do a crochet course.
You should.
Very, very beginners.
You should do that.
So we'll see, because I'm really enjoying it, and maybe someone else might enjoy it too. You never know.
Well, that would be a good thing to do. I think you have to talk to Karen about that.
She saw me and she said, "Oh, really?" And I thought, "Uh-oh, Will's turning."
No, I think you should. I would like to.
Do they have craft classes?
Yeah. So
you know,
the
the kids' room does. We really.
I know the kids' room does, I was just
Well,
curious if
actually,
they have it for the adults at all.
They sometimes do have takeaway bags for the adults, especially with COVID. We did have a lot of takeaway bags for the adults, but that would be something. I think that they have that book folding, which Jessica does, which is wonderful.
that's fun.
I don't know how she does it, but you know, like she makes a word like love from folding a book when you open it up.
Mhm.
So she does that, and I really don't know if they have takeaway bags once in a while, but
Okay. So I see one thing in August. Looks like August 18th, a calligraphy.
yes, and
For
we've
adults.
had people come up and they want to sign up for that yesterday. We had a couple people.
I think I would like to do that. That sounds like fun.
Yes. See
And
how you do it though online.
uh,
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's okay.
but then, and you can't
Try to do
register.
that with a mouse.
Well, actually, those people have this. What is that? A lot of
Paintbrush or
there's something that I look at a lot of crafts. I forget what it's called, but it's actually something that you do and it goes into your computer.
you do it and it's connected to the computer and it just.
I forget what it's called. I just looked it up because it's really not that expensive.
What's that?
I'll have to find out what it is because I took a craft class and not a craft class. I took a class online. I was taking it online. Of course, they wanted to show design works, design cuts. Did you ever look at design cuts? Okay, design cuts is out of England, and I buy a lot of things from them. I don't know why, but they have they're into Procreate now, but they have other designers, and these designers have this. It looks like an iPad and they draw, and it goes into their computer. And I looked it up, and it's only like you can get one for $100. So it's not a bad thing. I'll have to find out what it is. But I looked it up, and I thought I should buy that, but of course I didn't because I've got like an iPad Procreate, and I think But I was one of the women who works at the desk has Procreate on her iPad. She's just beautiful. Procreate is a graphics program. It's very cheap, but you can only do it on an iPad. And I just couldn't believe what she was doing. I thought, oh my goodness, because I didn't. But you can also get Adobe Photoshop on your iPad too now. So,
That's what I was thinking.
but I'll find out what it is and I'll send it to you. What it is, but I thought it was really cool because she's doing all that. And they said, "Do you have it?" And she goes, "Yeah." Because I thought she was doing it because she was using Photoshop, but she was using it on a tablet that goes into Photoshop.
Which is probably easier to like actually feel like you're really drawing it.
Yes, it
Because
is.
how do you? Technology is amazing, isn't it? The things
Yes,
you can do.
but it's usually expensive. So, but I was surprised it wasn't that expensive. You could get really, high-end ones for thousands of dollars. But I saw one that was like $100. I thought, I should do it, but I'm not going to use it. I keep thinking I will, but
Well, Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all the questions. It was really good to get us thinking. That
it
was,
was good you came.
Yeah.
You always have good questions.
and just remember too, though, that you can that one where we were looking at virtual programs where we clicked on just one of those and it took us to our webpage. That's a good thing to
Yeah, because I wouldn't even think about that. They changed that. I could never find it was called DGPL News. But now they changed it, which is good.
Very nice. All right, so we'll see you again next time. Hopefully, you'll come
Okay.
and join us again.
Oh, yeah.
I like doing them in person. So, if I get the opportunity to do another
I
one, it
think
would
I'm
definitely
signed
be in
up,
person.
I think I'm signed up for that word class. I
That
think,
intermediate word,
yeah, I
Okay.
think so, I think so.
I gotta look at that,
I can't remember, I don't have my schedule with me,
yeah,
but
I gotta look at that,
I know
'cause
it's
I
one
was
of
like,
them,
oh.
either that or Excel, but I think it's Word.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
we're not gonna be taking that one, because we have so many of them up on
Alright,
online, so this one,
I gotta check my room reservations and see which room I have reserved.